The station that keeps it rocking 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Grizz Biz, my 2 cents.
Tryna figure out if I didn't wanna why. Who know I be the one that I want you. 5 in the morning, give you kisses and two. Don't mind washing dishes when you're like I do. Who knew? She wanted business, so I bought her some bundles. She belong in the magazine, couple of cut too. Took her to the churches and they call her Rapunzel. Like superstar studies, wish I had it. Confidence on to make her wanna buy petty.
Y'all know Grizz on his bullshit.
I'm dropping the go up.
Y'all know Grizz.
Dropping that dick up, dropping that dick up, dropping that dick up. I'm dropping the go, I'm dropping the go, I'm dropping the go, I'm dropping the go up, dropping that dick up, dropping that dick up, dropping that dick up, dropping that. She wanna stay classy, but she wanna be physical too. She wanna be nasty, but she wanna be spiritual too. Hey, 4 in the morning, I'll be coming back through. 4 in the morning, I'll be coming back through. I know your belly gives some of that. Ooh. I'm dropping the go, I'm dropping the go, I'm dropping the go, I'm dropping the go up, dropping that dick up, dropping that dick up, dropping that dick up, I'll be dropping that dick up. I'm dropping the go, I'm dropping the go.
It's the #1 station blazing the airwaves.
right here, so keep it locked.
This is Grizz Biz, my 2 cents.
What's happening, people? Wednesday, we are back at it again. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens Wednesday to Wednesday. Something's going to pop off, I guarantee you. But I can also guarantee you that if you turn the camera to the right, it's an empty seat. Yes, exactly. You know, these girls, man, the one's still on a sabbatical. And you might want to get with her on Instagram and get you some life insurance. And, you know what I'm talking about? That's what she's into, a whole lot of different stuff. So check her out, you know, get you some insurance. The other one should be here. She'll walk in and do her thing. But we got a nice show today.
Type of rapper, like
Going into
like
so right now though, I want to run our sponsors. First off, I want give a moment of silence to my homeboy, to my partner, Malachi Taylor. Let's give him a round of applause first. You know, that's a stand-up guy, man. We was doing good business together, man. Nobody has nothing bad to say about my brother, man. I know he loved the community. He was all about doing good business and black business. You know, he was kind of a rare commodity, as I used to say, because not too many brothers own phone stores anymore, beepers, and, you know, we don't do beepers no more, but it was us who took their lead in that. The gas stations, the stores in our neighborhood, all that is gone. The gas stations. Let's give J. Roger a round of applause because he's still the only brother I know with a gas station, or 2 now gas stations. So, you know what I'm talking about? We got to get that up. And Malachi was one of those people, man. He had a vision, and he empowered and gave young men jobs, and everybody's just been. Let's give a moment of silence, man, for my man. That's what's up, man. And prayers go out to his family, man. He loved his family. That was one of the main things that he did, man. Is he couldn't wait one of his family members, whether it be Big Soup, whether it be Ray, whether it be any of his family members, and come in and take a picture with it and post it up, man. So that's what's up. So right now, let's run to our sponsors, man, and The sponsors do what they do.
Mylar bags, look no further. We carry small Mylar bags to large Mylar bags. Check us out at bagmanbagman.com or call us at 513-299-7550. And if you're in the Cincinnati area, come down to the storefront at 3020 Coleraine Avenue off the Hoppo exit. Come get the storefront at 3020 Coleraine.
iRepair Plus is the place for all tablet, smartphone, and computer repairs. We specialize in repairing broken screens, charge ports, batteries, cameras, and more. We remove viruses from computers, install new hard drives, and will have your computer running like new in no time. Plus, we activate phone service for Verizon Prepaid, T-Mobile Prepaid, and Ultra Mobile. Once activated, you can visit iRepair Plus to replenish your monthly service payment. Get an iPhone 8 for just $50 or an iPhone 7 for free when you switch to Verizon Prepaid. BYOD, that's bring your own device or purchase an unlocked device from iRepair Plus. We have the latest unlocked smartphones and accessories. We fix it, we finance it, we facilitate it. Call 513-521-0111. That's 513-521-0111.
Hey, German Home Solutions, LLC. Certified electricians. Any job, no job is too big or too small. Specializing in Tesla, electrical outlets, and any car outlets for that matter. If you want a free quote, go to JarmanSolutionsLLC.com or call 513-266-8290 and get a free quote. Now, that don't mean, you drive all over the place, free quote. Tell them what the problem is, and these brothers will get on it. Once again, it's Jarman Home Solutions, LLC. Phone number is 513-266-8290. Estimates at JarmanHomeSolutionsLLC.com. Let's give a round of applause for our sponsors. And let's not forget Dank Nation. Dank Nation, go to danknation.co and pick you out some gear. We got some new sweatshirts coming in. The blue one is moving real good, so y'all go check that out. I told you in 2024, man, we're going to be ringing bells. We're going to be the premium of Ohio, even though Ohio is real slow right now. Oh, and the iRepair Solutions commercial, yes, the family is still talking about keeping the store open, so stay tuned and go support. But, ladies and gentlemen, all through the news, we have been hearing on every social media platform, Kanye West, it started with the White Lives Matter t-shirt, then progressed, and it didn't start there for real. Kanye been on his thing for a minute. And then we have the Charleston White, all in the news, all in the social media, and talking a lot of stuff, And all of this stuff has to deal with conspiracy theories, man. I remember back when you brought up all these stuff, man, that's the first thing that people threw at you. Yeah. Well, today's guest has been one of those people that poke holes, investigate, let you know, and tell you his opinion. He's been banned. His videos don't get posted. A lot of people, I ain't gonna say disagree, or it varies, and that's with any one of us that has an opinion about certain things. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a loud round of applause to tonight's guest, Honorable Oktober. I'm talking about, this guy's been all over the internet, just letting people have it. What's up, man?
Man, look, man, I'm just out here trying to use my common sense. That's all.
Your common sense.
Man, just common sense questions, man. It's like I ask like, you know what I'm saying, little simple questions, or I just give an opinion that's different from what everybody else. And people look at me like, you know what I'm saying, like the elephant in the room. And I'm like, okay, look at it like this. When the hell did it come to where we all have to think along the same lines for it to be something that's like cool and acceptable? Know what I'm saying? There used to be a point in time where we all used to have, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like just an individuality where we used to be able to think for ourselves, where, you know what I'm saying, like if we looked at the same thing and we saw something and it didn't look right and you called it out.
Change came in when the internet came available, when the AOL, when it first
like a little sketchy.
Yeah, when
it's like nowadays, nobody, like, I'll put it like this. Okay, let's start here. Here's where like a lot of my whole thing started. When Nipsey Hussle got killed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Respecting Nipsey, everything, because I don't want people to say I'm disrespecting him in any type of way. No. But when I watched that play out from the TMZ video, I looked at things that didn't look right.
Such as?
Okay, once he got shot, the dude who started running looked over at the lady who jumped out the car like, you know, what do I do? What do I do? And then after that, he runs off. It's like when the paramedics are coming to get Nipsey, now here's the kicker right here. Now, this is what really made me look at it. When the paramedics came to get him, they was all dressed in different outfits with like a paramedic smock on. They all had on, one had on a fireman hat, one had on a policeman hat. It didn't look serious. And they came and gave a man who had got shot 5-6 times walking chest compressions. With a white sheet over him, he got shot all these times. There ain't a drop of blood on him. And they giving him walking chest compressions. They put him in the back of the ambulance and they shut the door. Now, this is just something like, you know, just my own personal. Anytime I've seen anybody put in the back of an ambulance, somebody got in with them. You know,
somebody like who? The girl? You think the girl should have got in the ambulance with her?
Anybody, whoever was there. Whoever was with him, okay, I'll put it like this. When they put
wasn't no girl. I'm thinking the girl was with the dude that shot him.
Okay, I'll put it like this. If nobody was there, like as far as family, then how come we didn't see anybody in the ambulance reach out for him from the inside? It looked like now this is just me. It looked like they put a fake body on a stretcher and just pushed it in the back of somewhere. When they showed him laying on the ground, when they were supposedly working on him, his knee popped inside out. Like the prosthetic dummies that they use for training purposes. And that's why when I first saw that, and I was thinking like, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. No, I ain't gonna say nothing. That didn't look right. 3 days later, I stumble upon 2 different YouTube channels with people seeing the same things, asking the same questions.
That you was asking.
That I was asking, and they had more information. So I started going from there. We started looking at that. Then we all just started sharing like information about other murders. Or other so-called, like, you know what I'm saying, Hollywood situations. But just looking at the whole Nipsey situation, when I looked at it on a deeper note, I look at what they call Nipsey right now. People in gang culture call Nipsey the Keyway Christ.
The what?
The Keyway Christ.
The Keyway Christ.
Yes. And
what the hell?
I don't know what significance that, because, and I'm gonna tell you something. Let's have a real honest moment, all right?
Okay.
And this is what used to get me, what gets me in a bunch of hot water with people. Let's have a real honest moment. Okay, Nipsey. All love, all respect. But I had only heard of Nipsey like a couple years before he came out. And I heard his name mentioned here and there. And then I heard about Jay-Z purchasing all of the mixtapes and everything and all of that. But I didn't hear about him doing a lot of music with folks and everything, all of that. When this whole situation, once it came, this whole marathon store and all of that, what I'm getting at is this. Nipsey seemed to be, he seemed to come almost out of nowhere.
No, I got to disagree with you that.
And hold up. The reason I say that, and listen, the reason I say came out of nowhere, not as far as like him being around. I'm saying popularity-wise. Popularity-wise. I knew about Nipsey. I was hearing his name. But
right. And
I was
his music, right.
But I was just hearing his name, like as far as, okay, he's a rapper from you know what I'm saying, out here. I hear people mentioning him here and there, but I wasn't hearing his music like that.
Now let me stop you. Now my son and the youngins put me on to it, and my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law about 4 years younger than me, but put me on to it. Put me on to the Nipsey, and I said, I started listening to him, and I started paying attention to him. Like, okay, yeah, dude, he on to something. I kept saying he sounded like a Snoop. I said he sounded like a young Snoop almost, or he reminds you of a Snoop in that character. I mean that essence. Right. So, I don't think it was overnight. I think he was building like they do, and then I think he had that cut, and I think he had that
it's
one.
Not so much, it's not that I think it came overnight. I don't want it to make it sound like I'm saying it just happened. No, I'm saying this, like, it ain't really no real nice way around what I'm about to say.
Say it.
Is that
this is GRIZZBIZ. Say it.
I feel like this. All right. I feel like all of these rappers you see that come up and have questionable deaths that are marked around a lot of mystery, or these and these characters have a lot of situations that revolve around them. I believe all this stuff is scripted. Not scripted necessarily by the rapper, but scripted by people on a larger scale to use and manipulate us to move social change. And the reason I say that is this. Whenever, we look at Hollywood, for example, because I do a lot of talks about Hollywood's big connection in the Metascript. Hollywood to me is everyone's goal when you get into entertainment, because you'll see everybody from actors, rappers, singers, whatever, athletes, as they grow in popularity, their image, their likeness and everything starts to, it gets used by like mainstream media and Hollywood. Once you become a set image on these Hollywood platforms, you become almost like royalty. Once you reach these royalty statuses, like in a sense, as far as, and when I say royalty, not like you actually rule over people, but like you've become
glorified,
an influencer. Yeah, an influencer. Like without even necessarily trying to be. Like somebody like Beyonce, somebody like Rihanna, somebody like Snoop, Jay-Z, whomever you want to name. Once you're in an elevated position of getting so much attention, then you become somebody who actually you control like social trending. When they go to elect presidents, man, they could care less what these like old white folks think about. Who cares? Y'all voting. Everybody know y'all voting. But they know the larger demographic are the ones who control our social trends. That's us.
So
that's urban culture.
It is.
So I think they manipulate these people in a way so that they move us to make certain moves.
So that's the same thing that Kanye was saying.
Almost unbeknowingly.
Yeah.
That's what we just said like 2 weeks ago. We was talking about marketing and taking marketing classes.
Yeah. So I definitely believe that it's not a conspiracy if it's happening in your face. Which brings
in your face. And the thing is this. Okay, she just brought up marketing, right?
Right.
Marketing. Okay, do you know who was one of the biggest founders of like making this whole marketing thing big? Joseph Stalin. Talking about
the dude over across the country, the German dude or whatever. I don't know what he was.
Yeah, and this is the reason I say, like, it's bigger than Nino Brown.
That's what Kanye was saying.
That's what Kanye was saying.
That's what he was saying.
And it tripped me out because the person was like, it was like, hey man, he gonna lose all of his money. I said, and he says that. He says he's taking the chance. Now, I don't know if God told him to do this or not, but I believe
he's speaking the truth.
I believe he's speaking the truth, and I'm not going to say God told him to do what he doing, but, nigga, if you already know that these people was coming after you, you already know that this is what it is, and you willing to lose your billions, that's sincerity right there. That's not crazy. We're talking about right now are the ones who defend that crap.
But that's what Tupac was saying.
Had to deal with the Kanye, and there's another podcaster, right? And he took the words of Michael Jackson's song. Oh, I posted it today. Nuri Muhammad was on Hip Hop News, and I gave them their shout out too for the footage. But he was talking about how they made Michael Jackson change his lyrics because he talked about the Jews doing wrong. They made not Tupac, but was it Tupac? Where he said, "Look, we're gonna go get some black bitches and fool with some Jewish hoes." They told him he could say black bitches, but you can't say no Jew hoes.
Man,
Jewish
what?
hoes. So
every culture is protected, but black people. I'm gonna continue to say that every culture is protected, but black people.
They're stuck on stupid too, and relaxed on dumb. Trust and believe. When you go to work and you with a racist motherfucker, he got to be, and he got the same paycheck that you getting, having the same issues that you having.
Here he go.
Nah, this real shit.
That's real. But anyway, go ahead, man. My bad. She was getting me.
But you know what, man? But think about this. Think about the point y'all just made. Now, you can make music talking about all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can make a song. I can talk about, you know what I'm saying, all the different hoes, everything. I like I could talk about, you know what I'm saying, murdering niggas, you know what I'm saying, Plan B, everything, all that. But the minute you say anything pertaining to a certain people,
yep,
it becomes a bigger problem. And the thing is, I don't think a lot of people are looking at this. It's not even so much that when you say things about them, it becomes like, you know, so much of a problem. It's this. Let's go even deeper. Who the hell let them purchase us to where we can't say nothing? Like, okay, we in pocket. Let's put it like that. Our entire Black community, sad to say, know what? Gloves is off. Niggas in pocket, man. All these niggas in pocket. Everybody, your celebrities, all of them. And that's how come you ain't never heard nobody say out loud, like everything Kanye saying, man, this is all the stuff that's been said in the conscious community, like, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, for years. Kanye is just the first mainstream person on such a big platform, a man having so much money, so much power,
a black man,
much that a black man, so much that he can lose. That, let me tell you, man, what the big mind fuck is here. You take somebody like him, he's not supposed to be talking like this because he got so much he can lose. Billions of dollars.
Yeah, but how much money he got? Everything. Billions of dollars. That's why he's willing to chance it.
The crazy nigga is supposed to be broke ass me, not wealthy Kanye, telling you about what's going on in certain things. And I'm not saying Kanye is no type of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he got all the answers.
No, because some of the shit he's saying is backwards as hell.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. The one thing that we gotta get away from is this. No one person got everything.
Nope.
And the thing is this, even the people that you don't like, those niggas that you can't stand, sometimes those niggas say something that's real.
Yep.
They fill in pieces, they fill in blanks. They help spark some of your like, you know what I'm saying, common sense. And that's what I keep, like, you know what I'm saying, telling people that we got to get back to. When I say things like this, why is it everybody in Hollywood that we like, from Prince, Michael Jackson, Tupac, River Phoenix, like, you know what I'm saying, everybody, why do all of these people die under mysterious circumstances? Why is it that you see certain people throwing up all kinds of, like, you know what I'm saying, symbols? And then even though we see all of this, why is it made fun of to the point where even though you're seeing it and you're seeing it connected to things that happen in real life, why has everybody, why and how has everybody just been numbed down to where nobody takes it serious?
Because it's been thrown in our faces, in our heads for years on years on years. It gradually got worse. You brought up a key word that I was talking to, symbols.
Yep.
In every video, there, and you see it, and you see the checkerboard. You know what the checkerboard means. You see the
studying Freemasonry,
dumbasses,
and like actually going into one of the temples and everything, and going into
what temple did you go into?
Studies.
What?
We were always taught
this. He said to be a Mason.
Everything is in plain sight.
Hey, ain't man, are you one of those?
No.
Okay, no. Well, don't talk too much now.
But the reason I said it, no, listen, I tell you this. I've studied in different schools of thought. Man, I turned 50 in a couple days. Know what I'm saying? I've studied in different schools of like thought ever since I was shit, you know what I'm saying, 17. So it's like in knowing folks who were like Masons, and in getting a chance to kind of learn a lot about, you know what I'm saying, Freemasonry. One thing, and this is just stuff you could pull up on the internet.
Right.
Nothing has ever been hidden from you. And the more that you start to look at things and you start to, you know what I'm saying, find out things, you see it's always been sitting right in front of you. For instance, here's something that kind of hit me, and people always say, man, you crazy for even putting that up for like speculation. Okay, since you were a child, right? You and me both, in the school system and in, like, you know what I'm saying, growing up, they've always told you about, you know what I'm saying, outer space, NASA, all of this, everything. They told you that the earth is round, it's a ball, it's doing this, it's doing that, all of that.
Oh, Lord.
Even though you taught all of this your whole life, they came up with NASA, all of this, outer space, cartoons, everything. You're told all of this. You've been standing on a flat ass ground that ain't moving.
Yeah, he blanking out. I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know what he said. What did he say about the ground that ain't moving?
He said you standing on the flat ass ground that ain't moving.
I'm standing on a flat ass ground.
You've been standing on this ground. You've been standing on the ground forever.
It's
You know
moving.
what I'm saying? You've been standing on this ground forever, and this ground does not move unless we have an earthquake. In all of your scriptures, whether you're Christian, whether you're like Muslim, whatever you are, it always talks about how God or the Most High, whatever, made a solid foundation for you. And I say that just to say this, in common sense, I'm standing on God's solid foundation. And he said that he gave us the stars and everything in the sky as symbols and signs to use. Now, when people, as you start to learn more about looking at the stars like and everything, you figure out one thing. There's one that don't move. The one in the center of the sky ain't never moved, and it's talked about in every culture as it don't move. Everything else spins around it. My common sense tell me I'm standing on a flat ass ground that's not moving, and the sky is going around in a circle, showing me these different constellations and stuff, but this one star does not move. If this star doesn't move, then it means that I'm not moving. I say that to say this. Before a couple hundred years ago, nobody talked about walking on no damn globe. And it sounds crazy when you say that to people, but you tell them, just go do some deeper damn digging. And I tell folks like, okay, if it sounds crazy to you, ask yourself why people are now seeing two moons sometime. People are seeing new things in the sky. That's because
two moons.
You live inside of a big ass pond. We all live inside of a big ass pond. And there are outer regions that have more land, more water, more mountains, more everything.
You're saying the galaxy is bigger than what they're saying?
No, he's saying the earth is flat.
Is not, listen, sis, let me tell you something. I told niggas 6 years ago, I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, a city on top of about 3 other cities. And they like, what? I said, I ain't talking about those natives that's buried up under Washington Park. No, they make whole cities on top of whole cities. And then they give you history that they want you to know.
Okay.
All you got to do, let me tell you something, man. You can go look. You can see this for yourself. You can go look at how some of the buildings are made. Why do you think that you have buildings when you going up a hill, got windows that go straight into the ground? It's telling you that something is built on top of something else. I'm dropping all this on you at the same time just to tell you your reality ain't what the hell you think. Push for people to, like, you know what I'm saying, censor folks, censor art, like censor the things people say.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop you for a minute and man.
You gave him a whole brain fuck.
Yeah, like, what
That's
the
why
hell?
he started playing the Wild Wild
I was
West.
going somewhere else, and this nigga went ways.
And
He
then
went from A to Z. I'm tired. I like.
And then I feel like I'm
And
in
then
the Wild Wild
and then
West.
I wanted to laugh, but then I didn't want to laugh because I thought he might come through the screen like, I'm tired of these niggas laughing at me. It's for real, cities on cities. Racks on racks on racks, bitch.
About just common sense, man.
He's
stupid. Hey, man, I'm glad he played that damn music, nigga, because I'm already high the motherfucker, and I'm sitting here like,
I feel like
mother sucker, excuse me, my
I feel like I was in the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, we was in the movie, like,
I start
he's
seeing
sitting there talking,
tumbleweeds and shit.
Like, shit, where's
What
where it
happened?
coming from?
Okay.
So,
He said the cities on top of cities.
okay, so we saying like this. No, we going back to the Earth being flat.
Okay. Oh shit.
So this is this is what you saying the Earth is flat, right? This is what you saying.
For the most part.
So
I believe it is. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying this. It's up for like, you know what I'm saying, speculation. Cause it's like everything that you ever been given. All right, bro, let me tell you this.
So you saying the Earth is flat and you don't believe in gravity?
I'm
just
just
asking.
gravity.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Density. I mean, okay, listen to me. They taught us about gravity, this force that holds everything down. If it holds everything down, then what happens when you have it's density. We on density levels. Gravity.
So you saying like
fucking airplanes flying around.
they got to come down.
Huh?
They got to come down the airplane, and that's another thing. Okay, so you take an airplane now. Hold on. Then you go fly from Hawaii. Are you going to come back around to Hawaii, or are you going to go straight like this? This is Hawaii, and you're going to go straight. Mm-hmm. So.
What point was you trying to make again?
Yeah,
because you lost me with that one.
I'm just saying, if you flying, this is the Earth, right? If you flying this in the sphere,
right? I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
So I'm going like this. This is the plane. I'm Hawaii. Now, eventually, this has got to end somewhere.
Okay, look at this.
This has got to end somewhere. The land's got to end somewhere and cut off if the Earth is flat. Is what I'm trying to say. Listen
to me. It's not, we're not talking about like you sitting on a table. No, we ain't talking about you sitting on a table. I'm talking about like, if you look at things in the sense of, okay, you can circumnavigate things because you're inside of a round enclosed like system. You have a round enclosed system. And like everything that we see on the map, all the continents, all of that are in this inner enclosed system. This is where everything is. So when you have,
so is it round or is it flat like this? So I'm looking at the Earth and all the continents act like a map, and I'm looking down on it, it's flat.
Like when you look at the United Nations map that they've been using forever, they've never used any type of globe map, and pilots. And if you ask anybody who's a pilot, when they take training, are they trained to drop the front of the plane 8 inches for every mile? Because that would mean that you're going around something else. Say no. That's
what you mean they were going around somewhere else? Around and flat.
No, listen, if you're going over a globe, if you're going over the top of a globe, you're going over something. If we live on something 25,000 miles diameter, roughly, as they say, I added some miles onto it. You would have to drop that plane 8 inches for every mile you cover, every few miles you cover, so that you would start going around a planet like this. No pilot is trained to do that. They're trained to look at the what? Horizon, that straight plane across there. They guide themselves by the horizon. That's the reason it's called an airplane. And that's the reason I said, man, they've been mind fucking us since we was little kids.
Well, I need to find a mother freaking pilot to take your plane and your theory and fly their ass that way.
No,
and
listen.
Come back this way.
Just ask a pilot when they get trained, are they trained for the curvature of the earth to come around, to come down the earth over the horizon? They'll say no.
They're playing.
They'll tell you no.
They're going straight.
They'll tell you no. It don't happen. And then I say this. Okay, let me ask y'all a question, and I'm gonna sit back. How many of y'all know an astronaut? How many of y'all know a nigga who know an astronaut? How many of y'all know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who know a damn astronaut?
I drive past
always round. If Earth were flat, sometimes you get like a flat shadow.
Right.
We've never seen a flat shadow.
Right.
In fact, it is a segment of...
Okay. I don't know.
Do anybody know an astronaut?
No, I know Buzz Lightyear.
This motherfucker get on my
nerves. And the reason I ask that is this. It's not practical for anybody to know anybody who knows an astronaut. Why is it as a kid, everybody wanted to be an astronaut because they taught us about space, but yet we don't know nobody who actually became
trained to be one?
Huh?
I said, you saying that's been trained to be one?
What about the sister that was killed? I know somebody that knows somebody. Not me. That sounded funny as hell.
That's what he's saying, like personally.
Personally, but somebody knew her personally.
Okay. And they went out
that
of
many
space.
astronauts though.
Yeah, she died and died. I think she'd been on one space adventure, and then the next one she died when it blew up.
When we was kids.
Yeah.
The one when we was kids that they showed us blow up.
Yeah.
They brought all of us in the classroom,
Yeah.
made us all sit down on the floor with our
Hey, that
legs
ain't
Indian
funny,
style, and made us watch the TV, and the space shuttle blew up.
Yeah.
Half of them still professors working. I ain't smiled yet.
Play the music again. Play the music. Play the damn music again. Play the music again.
Half of them are professors working. This is the reason I say, and listen.
How do you know that? Like, I mean,
you can pull it up. You can pull it up. It's
so you saying that was rigged too?
They tell you
Is this
everybody
speculation?
had a twin now.
No, it goes under the whole thing that we really talking about in general. I mean, he's just saying it on a bigger, grander scale than just Kanye talking shit. He's talking about the whole grand scheme of things.
I get it.
It's bigger than Nino Brown. It's bigger than Kanye. And what Kanye is doing, Kanye is basically telling you his expression of, his experience in the music industry, in the business industry, in this whole lifestyle he's in. He's telling you about what he's going through, his personal stuff that it's like usually doesn't come out in just a public conversation. Those type of things, like, come on, man, let's keep it real. Me and you off, like if we weren't on camera, like, you know what I'm saying, so we might talk about certain things that we wouldn't say on camera. Kanye is just having one of those moments on camera with the world. And it's not to say what he's saying is right or wrong. I'm saying take what you can get from it and don't fault the person who's giving it to you. He's just like you. He's just a person. Why do you have so much faith, confidence in these people? And that's the reason I say they give us these celebrities, they build them up, They make us start liking them, following them, or you got all your favorite. When something happens with them, you take it on a personal level. And whatever they say about that person, if they say this person is crazy, this person is a maniac, or this person is this, you start to believe it, or you start to, in your mind, start to put up a a defense for the person when you don't have you ain't got no stake in the game, and you're not supposed to. You're supposed to just be like me, just in observation.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So what do you think the ultimate end game for what they're doing is?
Energy harvesting. Energy harvesting, what it's always been for thousands of years. Energy harvesting. It's just that right now, with the new technology.
What is energy? What is energy harvesting?
I would say, what is your definition of it?
What are you?
Okay, I'll tell you what energy harvesting is. Energy harvesting is like examples of what energy harvesting is when you go, let's say, for instance, you go to church. You go to church and the pastor gives a great sermon, and something he says just touches you. It hits you deeply. It's hitting the rest of the church deeply. And it's like, and because it did, you at that moment, you might go and, you know what I'm saying, you shout louder. You know what I'm saying? You give more money. You show more attention to when he's talking. Another example, you go to a rap concert and the person on stage, or you go to a concert in general, the person on stage is really getting it. You know what I'm saying? And they moving the crowd, they performing a version of their song you ain't never heard, and it's got, man, the whole house rocking. You know what I'm saying? It's like now they got everybody's attention in the whole building. If they selling merchandise, that merchandise is moving off of the table. Everybody got their phones out, you know what I'm saying, live streaming. Or another one is when you have a commercial for a product on television. And whatever that product is, you know what I'm saying, a PlayStation, whatever, PlayStation 5011, you know what I'm saying? It's and everybody's running out to get, you know what I'm saying, a PlayStation 5011. Because it can do this, and that. When they can make you go out and do something, or they can, you know what I'm saying, control how you feel, it's energy harvesting, because then they can use your energy for you to start buying stuff, for you to start voting.
But it seems like it's headed for destruction. And now I'm ready. I'm saying this because I understand the energy harvesting now, what you're explaining, which is exactly what we was talking about last week. Like you said, psychology class. I loved psychology in college, and everything has a definition. And it was wild to me, what was going on in this book and it's going on in the world. So I get that, but the end game to this energy harvesting, because it seems like I said, it's going in the negative direction as far as life, as far as everything. Everything's about to crash. So
But that takes you back to this. If I'm telling you your energy is every day being manipulated, moved, used, and propagated towards, you know what I'm saying, everything on a daily basis. What it is this. It's not something you can stop. Like the X-Files movie. You can't fight the future. You can't stop it. So what it is this. You can't stop it on a bigger level, I should say. You have to then take it on your personal account. You don't put so much energy into things. Like when the whole Kanye situation, I haven't what I'm saying to you is my first time talking about it, because I learned this from you know what I'm saying, from just watching like, you know, some wise elders like, you know, Dick Gregory and people like that. When something first happened, that's just like somebody, if they get shot at the club on a Saturday night, why would I go live Saturday night and give my opinion on it? No, I'm gonna wait until about Tuesday, Wednesday, because I'm gonna let my emotions calm down from that night, and I'm gonna use my logic, my common sense. I'm gonna look at it from a broader perspective. So that way it's like you're not being used by what's going on at the moment. And the reason I brought up something like that is because when they have events happen, a school shooting, a club shooting, a store shooting, those type of situations, they usually happen around these election times. What does it do? It make everybody vote against guns. If it's some type of gun law, it makes everybody vote against it. It does that. It's energy harvesting. And that's the reason I say I have to then sit back and not let certain things affect me right off rip. I have to let common sense kick back in because we're taught to like ignore common sense. Common sense is now called misinformation.
Right. And this is information. This is information's world where we live in. Let me ask you. So how would you change the mind frame or the energy harvesting of black folks? Because in our community, it seems to be every day. And people used to say, there's no such thing as black on black crime. You idiot. You idiot. I like y'all as dumb as rocks to me, and I'm just saying, they dumb as rock. I can go to anywhere, USA, Louisville, anywhere, and
everywhere,
and it's going to be niggas killing niggas.
Period.
Right. I had this conversation with other white folks, and I don't. And here's the thing that made me upfront and get to the nitty gritty of it is when I asked a first responder, and they was black, and a Cincinnati police officer, both black, and asked them, how many calls do you respond to of a white boy shooting a white boy? How many calls do you get about that? And how many calls have you ran on as far as first responder dealing with that? You know what the answer was?
What?
0 to none. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Very far and few. Like it'd be a shock to see that on numbers like that. That is not what's going on, and that's going across the country. So when people talk about they stereotyping us and they doing this, no. It is us. And I'm like, how do we change that? Because
you know what? How we change that is this. Man, I was talking to my lady, like, you know what I'm saying, last week. I was telling her, like, I was watching these videos on YouTube. Y'all can look them up. It's these videos where they go around the world. I think they were in like, you know, China, and they were in like Australia, and in a couple European countries, but they were like asking women from these different countries what they thought, like, you know, how they thought black women were in America, right? Now, we talk about all this black on black stuff, and we talk about, like, you know, how we get treated unfair. Each one of these women from different countries, how they thought black women lived in America because of the city girls, Cardi B, Nicki, Meg, and everything else as their top influence and what they see in media. Man, they thought black women were violent, oversexed, goons who only cared about money and big dicks and, you know what I'm saying, and crazy shit like that. They didn't really care about like kids. they would go and abort them and stuff like. I'm listening to what these women are saying, and at first I had a moment, kind of like, you remember when like watching the movie Baby Boy.
Mm-hmm.
When Tyrese's partner took him out there, you know what I'm saying, to beat on the like, you know what I'm saying, the little dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And when he started whooping dude, at first it was like, you know what I'm saying, funny. But then it started hitting in a different way. I was laughing at first, but then it's like I got sad inside. Like, damn, these women in different countries think my daughter, my grandbaby, my nieces, my friends' daughters, my friends' nieces, your daughter, your niece, they think that they a bunch of violent, money-hungry goons who would kill somebody in a heartbeat and don't care about, you know what I'm saying, children and nobody else. All they care about is money. I'm like, this is what Kanye was kind of talking about when he said they have control over our anger. They control our image. They control how we speak about ourselves. Think about it. Nothing gets pushed unless
it's negative.
It makes us look highly aggressive. Mm-hmm. It makes us look like the least peaceful people on the planet, like we the furthest thing from love, furthest thing from God, furthest thing from everything. All that get pushed now is demon time.
Demon time. All that get pushed
now, I believe that
is money.
But that's why I've always liked Kanye, because like even before all of this controversy, I've always liked him because I felt like even when he first came out, he always told the truth. But they would get on him, but it was like, it's still the same. Like, nobody ever listens to what he's saying, and they always instantly go on attack mode. And it's like, it's sad when your old culture, he's like really trying to guide black people out of poverty. Like,
same way with Charleston White.
Man.
Charleston White. People talking about, they talking about
Charleston White.
Hold on, they ain't the one that was getting into it with T.I. is
it?
Hold on, but they just caught him on tape saying that he raped the bitch.
But he just got on there talking about prove it. He talking about prove it. And
saying that ain't his voice type shit.
No, he said prove it. He ain't nobody never filed no reporter. He said, this is what he's saying. I'm not defending him or whatever, but the man to get on, any man that get on any social media platform and tell you that he's done killed white people. Now he'll rape a white woman, that's when he went to juvenile for killing a white boy. He went to juvie for that, for real, whatever it was. He went for real for that. That's real shit. Okay. Anytime you got a nigga on any social media, and he's the first nigga I ever seen bragging about how he done killed this white person.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? You don't hear telling the truth. You know that. And he said something that was so profound. He was like, these niggas is caught up exactly what you was just saying. They're caught up in the character. He's controlling the narrative.
It's the false reality.
And then it's not false, because he's done what he said he did. Well,
no, I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about people in general. They like to live in a false reality.
Niggas don't want to accept the truth. Because he sit there and say, now y'all can come on and want to kill me, shoot me, do this and do that and do that.
They will turn
for
on
the
you.
words that are coming out of my mouth. But where were you when such and such happened? Where was your anger then? Where was your anger when your child was out here being a goddamn fool in front of these adults?
Right.
Where was you then? You know what I'm talking about? Right. And he said the same thing
People
you
pick
said.
And choose what they want to give a fuck
all
about.
All y'all rappers rap about is
killing
all the negative shit to do to black people.
I keep telling my son school.
Think about it.
And I want to say living in the glass house, and because I listen to my old stuff.
But
my
I'm
ghetto
not
boys.
I listen to it too, but I'm not manipulated. That shit don't run me.
Right.
I know it's entertainment. I don't live through that. People
I don't live through that. And like people know that.
Something about the work. I'm gonna tell y'all something about, like, you know, say entertainment real quick. Entertainment is just a slick way entertainment is like it's the byproduct of like deeper programming.
Yeah, they use
And
it to
those of
control you.
us, like us here, who can just take and maybe get like something that just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, entertains us, quote unquote, for a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's a nice little story. We can go past certain things. Entertainment for other folks, it becomes a part of their life.
Yes.
When you look at when you look at things like this, Nicki Minaj has a group called Barbs. Lil Kim used to have the Beehive until Beyonce came along and Beyonce hijacked that name.
You know what she sure did? She sure
Yeah.
did.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even think about that.
Rituals in the music industry. Lil Kim had to move out the way with, you know what I'm saying, the whole Queen Bee. When Lil Kim took on that title, Queen Bee, we thought it was just her saying something like, you know what I'm saying, Queen bitch, so-and-so, this and that. Nah. The bee is a very, like, you know what I'm saying, significant symbol in the world. And when you start putting it out there, it programs people on a deeper level. Kim was able to get a lot of notoriety. She was able to get a lot of, you know what I'm saying, energy coming her way from different women, to this day. Even though Kim looked all crazy and everything, Kim hit the stage, women hit the floor like, you know what I'm saying, okay, Kim, so-and-so, because something used to, like, you know what I'm saying, resonate. When Beyonce came along, her being Bae, you know what I'm saying, her people calling themselves the Beehive, she took that energy and she took it to another level.
Somebody was talking about that on social media today.
Yeah, he just brought up some stuff like.
And now it's like, when you think about something, let me tell you something. What's crazy is this, just going back to the whole censorship thing, tying it in. These different cult groups that follow these entertainers. Somebody like me or you, hear a song that we don't like by one of these folks. Like, man, that trash. Shit was whack. And you say that on Twitter, now I gotta fight 100 bitches online every 5 minutes. Know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I gotta fight a bunch of different people coming at me, spamming me. I gotta fight bots and I gotta fight real people. That's because they have everything set up now to where just certain words that you say, keystrokes that you do, they trigger algorithms and they send bots your way to attack you. Like in the Matrix, Minority Report, thought crimes. If they even, like, you know what I'm saying, suspect that you might be thinking bad about Queen Beyonce, like you might not have wrote a good thing about her, or you might have just wrote her name and you didn't praise her some type of way, you might get 1,000 bots start coming to you in different intervals, just kind of putting her pictures on your timeline and saying little things like, you know what I'm saying, testing you. The minute that you say something negative and you block one, now you're getting attacked.
Well, hell, they've been fooling with me a long goddamn time.
Nah,
because I don't give a damn about none of them.
They start putting you in Facebook jail and Instagram
they was
jail
putting me in Facebook
shit.
jail for a
I'm
long
telling you,
every 5 minutes I was in
that shit
Facebook
go
jail.
hard.
I did a 90-day stint in the jail.
But then in the same breath, you will come across a video on Facebook that a motherfucker getting beheaded or some shit. You like, how is this not getting blocked?
Right.
But you gonna block me because I literally said some real shit that you didn't like and you felt like it was something against, like we can't say the C word. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I like what you just brought up. When you said those videos, right, of them people getting their heads cut off, right?
Man, what?
Remember that?
Yes.
Remember those videos where the people was getting their heads cut off?
Yes. They was not blocking people and putting them in Facebook jail.
And the videos were still coming down your timeline, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you somewhere.
I got
else.
one even deeper for y'all.
Recent. Remember when Facebook Live first really started popping, right?
Yep.
And when people was on Facebook Live committing suicide.
Period. They weren't blocking that
for a while. And they wasn't blocking.
They weren't blocking
it. And then it was the big thing in Chicago and other cities where people were getting, like, you know what I'm saying, offed. on live.
On live, yep.
And you had serial killers offing people on live.
For real.
This happened in waves. I tell people, listen, this is all scripted. And when I say scripted, I'm not saying that people don't die. I'm saying real people die in fake ass movies, fake ass reality movies that these higher ups put together so that they can move social change, make you vote about gun laws in a certain way.
Yep.
Let me ask you something.
Somebody go in and shoot up a store full of folks so that you will now vote in a certain type of fashion.
Let me ask you something. So
yeah,
I know I don't know, but you don't practice any religion?
Nah.
I kind of figured I got.
I was gonna ask you, was you a
all right?
pastor?
So we're now religion. So anything in that book you believe?
As far as in the Bible and the Quran and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yes. And the reason I say that, I'm gonna tell you something.
Let me ask you another question before you say something. So in that book, do you believe of a God and a devil and demons?
I believe in me. And the reason I answer like that is this: God and the devil, I believe, are polarities of my nature. And I think that that's why when we read about God and the devil in the books in different capacities, you always hear about these beings who are doing things that you're capable of. It's just that these beings are more loose with it. So I believe, so when it comes to God and the devil, my whole, for lack of better terms, because I hate the word belief, I try to use words that I try to land words, because I know that all of this is like alchemy with the words that we use and the spelling and the way we say it. And you know what I'm saying? Casting votes and shit like that. So I try to be careful with things. I'll say this: I accept that there is a higher power than myself, a higher being, lots of higher beings, but there is a most high being. And I know that the things that happen here are all because of a divine order, I'll say, of things that reflect from up there. So in other words, I look at it as the things we do here, we ain't doing nothing that we ain't done before. I tell people that we came here, you, me, Miss Lady, we all came here in this life from wherever the hell we were before here. We came here because we wanted to see what this was about. It's like going on a vacation.
So you believe in reincarnation?
Yes. I believe in all of that stuff. And the reason I say all of it is because it's all relevant. Who am I to say something that happened to you didn't happen to you? Know what I'm saying? Like if you told me you was driving up 75 and you kept seeing a light following you, and then you turned off on an exit on a dark road, and you didn't know where you was, you just found this like a dark road, and a craft landed in front of you, and all of it, and stuff happened to you, and they gave you lie detector tests, and you kept passing and all of that. Who would I be to tell you that didn't happen to you? See, I think right now we live in a time where
if you tell me you coming back as a bird, I'm hanging up right now. You better not tell me you coming back as a bird,
no,
a cat.
it's like the saying, you know how motherfuckers say.
A dog?
No, I don't think reincarnation works out like that.
He's talking about like, listen, you know how motherfuckers say you've been here before. You know how they say that? That saying?
This is what I think reincarnation
you've been here
is.
before?
Like a deja vu thing?
No, like when say a baby born and you could and the baby has an older soul, you could tell the baby is more like really advanced, and they say that baby been here before. That's why they say, hey, hey.
Listen. In all of the ancient cultures, they always say that, you know what I'm saying, you came here for the experience. because you wanted to have a growth. Like going to college.
So you was
So
somewhere
everything
else,
comes-
and you
Huh?
came here.
You said what?
I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm just trying to make sense of this because you said.
No, I'm saying this. Okay, listen. And this is using your Bible. This is using the Bible that we got.
Okay.
It tells us that when God said he made us perfect, he made us perfect before we were here. If you were perfect before you were here, then you was doing something else before you came here. Earth is not the end all to everything. The Bible is just a book that's written in physicality on this physical planet called Earth so that we can know what's going on with right here. But there's more that goes on beyond this. And that's the reason I always tell people, think about it. Think about life like this. When you think about if you have children and you see your children born and you see the way that makes you feel inside, you cry, you feel this love that you never felt in your life. As you watch that child grow, that child is getting into stuff and you got to be like, stop, stop, stop. The child isn't being bad. The child is trying to explore this world, it seems.
To figure shit out.
Now, okay, peep this. You guiding this child. As you guiding this child, you teach this child how to walk, how to talk, everything. As she said earlier, some children have what? An old soul. In every other culture, they speak of how some of us were here, like, previously, and
in a former life.
And we may not have finished something that we came to do. We may have got murdered where we didn't get to finish what we wanted to do, or we may have just in our deep spirit and heart feel like, man, I think I want to go back again. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back because I don't feel like I got all of the fullness of this. Across those children, those people that just kind of have, like she say, that old soul.
I believe in reincarnation, and you might have lived at a different time and you come back at another time. I believe
I believe in all of that. Who am
Why
I
is you looking at me like that?
True?
I do. I believe in that. That's why I even asked. I just wanted to see what his perspective was and how he wanted to describe it.
I look at it like this. Here's a comical look at it. Here's a comical look at it. So you think your sense of humor and heard your grandmama, your uncles, your mama and them, your uncle and them tell you, man, you act like so, your mannerisms are just like so and so and so and so. You share the same DNA as this person. You like certain stuff, your great
adopt children, right? And sometimes, this shit could go good, and sometimes it could go bad. Still acting crazy. It's because it's not your kid, and it has the traits of the actual parent, and that's some shit that's out of your fucking control. DNA is fucking real.
Yeah, but what's my DNA?
He over here looking lost in the sauce.
Okay,
we heard it.
Okay, do you have kids?
He got kids.
Yeah,
okay,
I get the DNA part, but I'm talking about.
Okay, look at this. Your kids act like you. Okay, do you? Okay, I'll put it like this. Do you have more than like one child?
I have a daughter and a son.
Okay, you got a daughter and a son, right?
And grandson and granddaughter.
Okay, me and you both. Okay, we in the same boat. Now, I can look at my grandkids and they do certain stuff I do.
Yes.
My grandbaby.
Yes.
My grandbaby looks.
Yeah, because my grandbaby did this the other day.
Like you.
He was like this. He was like, he started chewing his tongue like, I said, hey, look. That's a trait that me and my brothers have. But I get that. I understand that. But I'm trying to correlate.
The reincarnation thing?
Okay,
Yeah.
let me tell you this. According to like genetics, right? In genetics, a perfect resequencing coming around in a full circle would take roughly 400 years. So in other words, 400 years from now, your great grandbaby, whomever, man, they can damn near bring your ass back again.
You what?
They can damn near bring your ass back again because we don't fall far. Because what?
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
So you believe in clones?
Fucking tree.
So you believe that Gucci Man was cloned?
Do I believe he was cloned? Yeah. No. I'm gonna tell you what I believe. Know what I believe?
His wife made him a
I
better
believe
man.
somebody playing him. I believe characters play him. Like they do.
So
other
you
people.
talking about a stunt double?
He said that a stunt double?
No, they be having celebrity lookalikes and stunt double shit.
Hey,
so
hold up. Have you ever have you been on my TikTok page? I do a lot of stuff about prosthetic masks. I show where they took an Asian woman and they made her look like Kobe. I show where they show like, hold up, right here in the city, Cincinnati, years ago.
I remember that white man robbing banks. Yep, I remember.
As a black dude.
Yep.
White boy robbing banks as a black dude, prosthetic mask. Now, and the reason I bring up these, like, prosthetic masks, those are the like low budget prosthetic masks. There's a woman that's named Jonah Mendez. Jonah Mendez used to be she used to be the CIA master of disguise for like what? 26 years. She talked about how she went in the office to visit President Bush 2 times, once in a mask and once as like, herself. He did not know he talked to 2 different people. All of this information just roughly came out in the year like what? 2015, because it was that damn classified. All this whole prosthetic mask and stuff, and we still don't know all of it. But we know that people do wear masks and they do play people. You see them every day. Your president, all these other folks. How many times have you seen Joe Biden and you see him look completely different? His ears will connect one time they don't. His hair, it looks a different type of way one day. It looks like another way another time. That's because you have these different people playing them. And what they are, they're betting on the public not paying that much attention that you really care.
But I can see them doing that too to protect like the presidents from being assassinated. You feel me?
Look, do you remember Saddam Hussein?
I could see that. Yeah.
Remember the dude Saddam Hussein?
Yeah.
Okay, when they found Saddam Hussein, they found him in a bunker in the ground.
Yeah.
In a little, like, compartment in the ground. Now, I say that to say this. After they found him, they executed him.
But it took them years to find him.
Right. But he had
stunt doubles.
He had a mistress. His mistress said that he had 9 body doubles that looked exactly like him. And they were the ones that made his public appearances.
That's what I'm saying.
That's with any diplomat. Like I tell anybody, you can go back and watch these Hollywood movies, like the movie that had Forrest Whitaker and like Denzel Washington, where they were talking about how they had the presidential body doubles, and the person was shooting at one, not knowing he was shooting at the wrong one. They were trying to make sure he shot at the wrong one. It's because it's done every day with all type of high-ranking officials. They all use body doubles. Yeah, you see it with celebrities.
Yeah.
Man, we just
I was
saw
just about to
Beyonce
say that.
step out of a
Well-
truck looking like a whole man.
Well,
I ain't see that one.
I'm gonna say this,
But I know they did another celebrity like that recently.
I'm gonna
Do it
say
all the
this.
time.
I'm gonna say this. You have given me
That
a
one got
whole
me
lot of
started.
information to soak up and investigate. I knew I was gonna do this.
Ooh, nigga.
Hey, that's okay. That is okay, because when I chop this up and the heading and title and everything I put on there, it's going to be wild because you
poop
really
on
took
us,
me
bro.
on a ride, you know what I'm saying? So,
You made Grizz speechless, so once you do, I mean, hey, kudos to you. Hey, you made Grizz shut the fuck up. Yeah, you made Grizz shut the fuck up.
ain't that some shit?
Yeah,
Well, we
that's
enjoy
rare.
having you on today, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
I
and we're
appreciate
going to
it,
have a
man.
part 2 because I'm going to do some investigative work. I'm going to research prosthetic mask. I'm going to research flat
Reincarnation.
earth. I'm going to research reincarnation. I'm harvesting energy.
Hey, I tell you
No,
this.
it's called.
I'll tell
It's
you
really
this.
called transfer energy. That's what I call it. I don't call it
Right.
harvesting. I
Right.
call
Okay,
it
okay,
transfer.
okay. Both of y'all, we've been talking about 4 hours. Both of y'all, you Negroes in here,
Hey,
because y'all on the same damn page.
man.
You done been through some of his thought classes.
No. Pause. Ty and Capri classes.
Oh, Ty and Capri classes.
Ty and Capri classes.
All right. Well, I appreciate you having coming on here, man. We definitely gonna do a part 2. This is one of the longest
Man, I appreciate it,
podcasts
man.
we
More
did
than you
because
know.
entertaining and interesting. So beware, I am gonna make some funny clips and so forth about it and
Hell
shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And
We like to pick motherfuckers' minds.
before we get out of here, one more shout out to my boy Malachi Terry. You know what I'm talking about?
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And where can the people check you out at, man, if they want to ask you questions or indulge in some of the things that you have spoke on today?
Man, they can hit me up on Facebook, or it's like I have like a litany of different sites I'm on, but it kind of be up and down on those. So I would say just, man, like I said, if you're on Facebook, hit me up on there. I'm about to start a group so that I can kind of keep track of the folks that, you know, have the same question that I do. But yeah, man, Facebook and
Get your Instagram up too.
I'm about to say, or just make a fan page.
Fan page. Do it.
Just make a fan page.
I'm
see,
sure.
the reason I say Facebook is because like I share like a link that has pretty much like every way you can
Get with you.
reach me, products, like, you know what I'm saying, services, everything I do.
Well, how they find
So I
you
would
on
say-
Facebook? You said Facebook, but you ain't tell them what name to look under.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can reach me at, you know, my government name, Mark Holloman, or you could put October 9, ANKHTO number 13 ER9.
Yeah, that
I'm a living
that was
algorithm.
coded. That was just symbolism stuff. You just coded something to some of your followers out there that pick up on your coding. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm an algorithm, bro.
That's what I'm talking about, algorithm. Well, we up out of here.
And we
And
appreciate you,
we
for
appreciate it. Next week, we're going to try and have Alonzo on here. If not, we're going to have somebody, or Stupid.
real.
Hey,
Like
Stupid.
Alonzo.
Yeah, well, we
You
got
mean
to,
stupid.
yeah, either one of them. You know, with Alonzo, we're going to have to either come in at 8 and do the show or do a pre-record.
We can do.
Yeah.
A pre-record. But anyway, we out of here like we say every Wednesday. Don't be stuck on stupid and relaxed on dumb. We out of here.
The station that keeps it rocking 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Grizz Biz, my 2 cents.
Strings that only means that I'm Geppetto. Real niggas, they move in silence. You ain't get the memo. I'm making noise without a word. This hustle instrumental. You niggas out here improvising. I stick to the script. I get it done. I handle business. That's just what it is. These niggas down and steal the wheel until the whip crash. But they can only play their role. These niggas ludicrous. Most these niggas playing too much. Yeah. So these days we ain't saying too much, but